Hello, this is Craig Mitchell, your personal mortgage consultant for life. And this video that you're going to watch today is an excerpt from one of my first-time homebuyer seminars. So if you're a first-time homebuyer, this is information you definitely need to know. And even if you're not a first-time homebuyer, I can almost guarantee that most of the information will be new to you, so you can definitely benefit by watching it. If you do have any questions or comments after watching the video, please email me or call me, and my contact information will be provided at the end of the video. Alright, so next we're going to talk about foreclosures. It seems like everybody wants a foreclosure because rumor is you can save a lot of money on foreclosures. And while that's true sometimes, it's not always the case. But before we jump into that, I want to clarify a couple things. It seems like most people I talk to are confused about some different terminology that's used in the real estate industry. Like what's the difference between a foreclosure, a bank-owned home, an REO, a short sale, an active short sale contingent, a for sale by owner, a regular active property, and a pending property. So let's cover what all these are so you understand what you're looking at and how it affects you when you want to buy a home. Okay, so first, a foreclosure, a bank-owned home, and an REO are all the same thing. A bank-owned home and an REO are foreclosures. So just different terminology, but they all mean the same thing. Okay, next, short sale and active short sale also mean the same thing. Active just means the property is currently for sale. A short sale is when the owner of a house owes more money on the house than it's worth. So for example, let's say they owe $200,000 on their house, but the house is only worth $150,000. So what they do, the owners do, is they go to their bank and they ask their bank to settle that $200,000 mortgage for only $150,000 so they can sell their house. If the bank agrees, then that's a short sale. If the bank does not agree, then the owner of the house cannot sell the house unless they want to come up with that $50,000 difference out of their own pocket. An active short sale contingent means that there's an offer submitted on this house and they're currently waiting to hear back from the bank to see if the bank will accept the short sale offer. A pending sale means the house is currently under contract and the buyer is in the process of getting a loan to buy the house. Usually the sale of a house is completed within about 45 days once it goes into this pending status. A for sale by owner means the owner of the house is selling their house without the use of a real estate agent, so they don't have to pay a commission. If you do want to buy a for sale by owner house, you cannot use a realtor either, so you would have to negotiate directly with the owner. Now these properties are usually hard to find because the owners don't have the resources to advertise them properly. Usually the only way you find out about for sale by owner properties is if you happen to drive by one and there's a sign in the yard. And finally, we have our standard active listings, and these are just your normal home sales that are not short sales and are being sold by a real estate agent. And these are just your typical homes for sale. So now that you understand the different terminology, let's talk about how to possibly save some big money on foreclosures. Now first of all, not all foreclosures are good deals. Some foreclosures are actually overpriced. Banks are in the business to make money, and like all businesses, they want to make as much money as they can on their foreclosures. But at the same time, they want to get rid of the house as fast as they can, so they usually want to price the house a little below or right at market value, whereas regular homeowners typically want to price their house a little high because they realize that people are going to want to come in and offer less than the asking price. As you know, most people like to negotiate. So the question is, how do you get the bank to take an offer that's well below their asking price and well below what the house is actually worth? Well, there are a couple different ways you can do this. In most cases, when a bank puts a home up for sale, they don't take the first offer. They usually wait till the house has been for sale for at least a week or so to see if multiple offers come in, and then what they do is they simply take the highest offer. In this situation, you may get a decent deal on the house, but if you're competing with other buyers, chances are you're not going to get a great deal on the house. However, every once in a while, for whatever reason, we do run into a situation where the bank really wants to get rid of the house fast, and they'll just take the first offer that comes in. I recently had one of my realtors tell me that his client offered $60,000 more on a foreclosure than another buyer, but he didn't get the house because his offer came in 2 days later than the first offer. The other guy got his offer in the same day that the house was put up for sale, and in less than 24 hours the bank had accepted his offer before any of the other buyers had time to get their offers in. So in a nutshell, one way to get a good deal is to be fast and put in an offer right when the house gets listed for sale before anyone else. The second way to get a good deal on a foreclosure is to buy a fixer-upper. A lot of foreclosures have a lot of damage because their previous owner trashed the house before they left. You see, most people want to get into a house that doesn't need a lot of work because they don't have the money to fix it up. So in order to sell the fixers, the banks will take less money. So for instance, you might be able to pick up a $200,000 house for $160,000, but then you have to put, let's say, $15,000 into fixing it up, so it really costs you $175,000. $160,000 to buy it plus $15,000 to fix it up. But in the end, you got a $200,000 house for $175,000. On fixers, you can usually save 10 to 20%, and this is how most people get good deals on foreclosures, is by buying fixers. On average, you might end up saving 10 to 20%, but if you find a house that's really trashed and needs a lot of work, it is possible to save 30% or more. Typically, the more work a house needs, the better deal you'll get because there are fewer people that want these types of houses. If you would like to get a free list of bank-owned homes, just give me a call or shoot me an email. Let me know the area you're looking in and what price range, and I'll email you over a list of hot foreclosure deals that are currently available.